and mingle its blood with his offering, but would present its fruit, the product of his labor. He presented this offering as a favor done to God, through which he expected to secure a divine approval. Cain obeyed the building of the altar, obeyed in bringing a sacrifice, but he rendered only a partial obedience. The essential part, the recognition of the need of the Redeemer, was left out. So far as birth and religion instruction were concerned, these brothers were equal. Both were sinners, both acknowledged the claim of God's to reverence and worship. To outward appearance, the religion was the same up to a certain point. But beyond this, the difference between the two was great. By faith, Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, Hebrews 11:4. Abel grasped the great principles of redemption. He saw himself a sinner, and he saw sin and its penalty, death, standing between his soul and the communion with God. He brought the slain victim, the sacrificed life, thus acknowledging the claim that the law that has been transgressed. Through the shed blood, he looked to the future sacrifice, Christ dying on the cross of Calvary and trusting in the atonement that was there to be made. He had the witness that he was righteous and his offering was accepted. In Story of Redemption, page 53, Abel brought the firstlings of his flock and of the fat as God had commanded, and in full faith of the Messiah to come, with humble and reverence, he presented the offering God had respect unto his offering. A light flashed from heaven and consumed the offering of Abel. Cain sees no manifestation that his is accepted. He is angry with the Lord and with his brother. God condescended to send an angel to Cain to converse with him. So the reason why God did not accept, God sent an angel to explain to Cain, why his offering was not accepted. In Patriarchs and Prophets, page 72, Cain had the same opportunity of learning and accepting this truth as had Abel. He was not the victim of an arbitrary purpose. One brother was not elected to be accepted of God and the other to be rejected. Abel chose the faith and obedience, Cain unbelief and rebellion. Here the whole matter rested. Cain and Abel represents two classes that will exist in the world till the close of time. So these two brothers will represent the two classes of worshipers. And we should think and ask ourselves, which class do we belong? One class availed themselves of the appointed sacrifice for sin, the other ventured to depend upon their own merits. There's a sacrifice without the virtue of divine mediation, and thus it is not able to bring man into favor with God. It is only through the merits of Jesus that our transgression can be pardoned. And those who feel no need of the blood of Christ, who feel that without divine grace they can, by their own work, secure approval of God, are making the same mistake as did Cain. If they do not accept the cleansing blood, they are under condemnation. There is no other provision made whereby they can be released from the thraldom of sin. In Spiritual Gifts, Volume 3, page 50, Cain and Abel represents the two classes of the righteous and the wicked, the believers and unbelievers, which should exist from the fall of man to the second coming of Christ. Cain slaying his brother represents the wicked who will be envious of the righteous and will hate them because they are better than themselves. They will be jealous of the righteous and will persecute and put them to death because their right doing condemns their sinful course. Patriarchs and Prophets, page 73. The classes of worshippers who follow the example of Cain includes a far greater portion of the world. for nearly every false religion has been based on the same principle that man can depend upon his own efforts for salvation. It is claimed by some of that human race is in need not of redemption but of development, that it can refine, elevate, and regenerate itself. As Cain thought to secure the divine favor by an offering that lacked the blood of a sacrifice, so do these expect to exalt humanity to divine standard, independent of atonement. The history of Cain shows what must be the result. It shows that man will become part of from Christ. Humanity has no power to regenerate itself. It does not tend up